last chickens here tonight. We have one. Right. It's not a party without a dancer.
All right, let's start. I have those with you and everybody ready?
Let's rock. Okey-dokey.
Good evening, everyone, and Chag Sameach. I am Rabbi Javier Carapan, and I am joined by Leslie Zucker and our wonderful team of musicians and our technical team. We are coming from a different location that we expected today. You may not hear it, but it is raining here in Overland Park, Kansas. And this part, 6 o'clock, it started to pour. So we are inside. I know, the sukkah is supposed to be a fragile place and talk about our fragility and all that. Yeah. But we have equipment and we have guitars and all kinds of things. We can really be outdoors and be so cavalier about it.
No, things would be
But broken. You are welcome to come and sit in the sukkah if that's your thing. We do have a lot of days ahead of the holidays, so we'll have plenty of opportunities to come together. I'm glad you're able to join us on Facebook. You can find links to our prayer book pages today and other helpful information in the comments. And in the virtual sanctuary, if you just look above, you'll see a link. For those joining us virtually, just remember that your page numbers won't match up exactly what ours here in person, so we will be using all the pages. So at home, it's just safe to just go to the next page, and you'll find where we are right away. If you're joining us on Facebook Live and would like to say hello, we invite you to type Chag Sameach, and again, I don't care how you do it, but it could look something like that, and tell us where you are watching from. If you have any technological issues that are not related to the thunderstorms, but to our own broadcast, we invite you to write down 913-303-1134. That's our technical assistance line. Text that number, and one of our docents will get back to you as soon as they can. For those of you who are here in person, we will be using the prayer card and the handout. Also, please take a moment to silence your electronic devices. Toda, gracias, and thank you, everybody. We continue on our prayer card on page number 1. If you're able, we invite you to rise. Tonight, let our shelters be strung with the finest fruits of creation: love, fertility, prosperity, and wisdom. Let us promise to feed the hungry. Let our harvest bring peace.
With all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might, and all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. You shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be a symbol between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your hearts, and upon your gates, upon your gates, that you may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
We continue together on page 2 with Mi Chamocha.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילה עושה, נורא תהילות עושה, מלוך לעולם ועד. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלינו ועמנו Elianu ve'ameru Adonai Im Elok le'olam va'ed Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 la
We lie down in darkness this day with its burdens passes away. Raise up to the light of a new day. Change us with the season. Give us rest and renewal. Make us eager for the dawn.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Shalom Le'amideinu shomreinu Lechaim Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen, 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 amen.
You know, you make plans for life, you try to do everything right, and then things change.
Things do change.
So what I'm going to say next doesn't make a lot of sense, but it would have made sense had we been outside and it wasn't raining and it was darker and all those good things. But it's going to actually be a few days that you'll be able to see this. Tonight, the full moon, as you can see, it's called a harvest moon. For several nights in a row, traditionally, this moon will provide farmers with just enough extra light for them to finish their harvest before the killing frost of fall set in. Normally, the moon rises about an hour later each night, but around the time of the fall equinox, which is the 22nd of this month, and it's also the middle of Sukkot, the angle of the moon's orbit and the tilt of the earth line, don't quote me, line up just right and cause the moon to rise only about 20 to 30 minutes later each night for several nights in a row. So you get more light. Rabbi Arthur Waskow writes, quote, "Full moon, full harvest, full hearts. Now at the full moon we celebrate Sukkot, the festival of fulfillment, of gathering in the benefits that flow from repentance and forgiveness, the harvest that takes the form of joy and shalom, harmony in the world." Page number 2 in the middle of the page, Vayedaber Moshe et Moadei Adonai el Bnei Israel. And Moses proclaimed the holidays of Adonai to the Jewish people.
Na 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 Adonai na 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 שפתיי תפתח na 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 ופי יגיד תהילתך na 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 Adonai na 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 tartita na 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 ופי יגיד תהילתך na 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 Adonai na 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 שפתיי תפתח na 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 ופי יגיד תהילתך
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasodim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מחלחל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו נשעני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
We continue on the prayer, I'm not on the prayer card, I'm sorry, on the insert on page number 2. Those of you at home, it's the next page. ועשיינו אדוני אלוהינו את ברכת מועדיך לחיים ולשלום. Bestow upon us the blessing of your holy festivals, and may we so celebrate them as to be worthy of your blessing. Our God and God of our ancestors, makes us holy with your mitzvot, and let your Torah be our way of life. May our rest on this day be pleasant in your sight. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. Let your holy festivals remain our heritage, and let us celebrate them with love, joy, so all Israel, hallowing your name, may have cause to rejoice. We praise you, Adonai, who sanctifies the house of Israel and the festivals. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh Israel v'hazemanim. Continue page 3 of the prayer card.
Shalom Rab al Yisrael Amecha Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rab al על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדום לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדום לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב לישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
We now turn our thoughts to those in need of healing. You may have access to the Misheberach list through the e-news that you received earlier today. You can also follow the link in the comments. If you would like to offer names, please type them in the comments so we can all see them. Please go ahead and begin typing. For those of us in person, we have a chance to mention names out loud as we go around our sanctuary. Chris Gray. As we think of those in need of healing, we join together on page 4 of our prayer card, the words of Mi Sheberach.
Mi Sheberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBeracha us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
As we offer prayer for those in need of healing, we also think of those who help in healing, first responders and health workers all over the world during this time of pandemic. May those who care for the sick with their hands, their voices, and their hearts be blessed with courage and stamina. May those who pursue healing through medical skill and knowledge be blessed with insight, patience, and compassion. May all of us, the sick and the well together, find courage and hope. Let us say, Amen.
Shel
It is Sukkot. It's
Woohoo!
upon us.
They just keep rolling along these holidays.
A little bit, yes, a little bit. I must admit, there are a lot of holidays. We are going to now shake the lulav, and we were going to share this with everybody anyways because, COVID's still around. But if you have a lulav at home, or if you would like to come shake the lulav some other time during the week, you're welcome to come to Beth Torah. We have a couple of sets, and so you can make an appointment. Be happy to help you with that, any one of us here on staff. Now, the lulav, it's right here. It's brand new. And I must say that a few years ago, Chris and I were in Memphis, Tennessee, and I happened to go into a store and found a shirt, and I said to myself, this screams Sukkot to
it's
me. I don't
perfect.
know why, but so I had to have it.
It is
So,
perfect.
It's from a place that their tagline is "Clothier to the King,"
Oh, my.
because apparently the king,
Oh, Elvis.
Elvis, bought all
Oh.
his stuff from this place. So this is actually very toned down for what everything else they had at the store.
I feel like Elvis would have really enjoyed Sukkot.
So that's the story of my Sukkot. I'm like the inside of a sukkah.
You
That's
do
how
look
I
like the
feel.
inside of a sukkah.
So here we are inside the sukkah. This is the wall, and this is the we don't have a roof though. So I think our camera people can catch this. So we have the etrog here, all right? And I always explain this because I think it's interesting, because I didn't know until I actually saw an etrog plant that, I have lemons in my backyard. You have lemons too? Are they growing?
Not yet.
Not yet? All right. Well, so lemons grow like this, right? They hang from, well, the etrog, just to be different, grows like this. So if this is
Oh,
the
wow.
thing, grows like that. No, don't ask me why. I'm sure
I think it's really
biologists will
big. They
explain.
can get really big.
They can get
right?
very big. Yeah, I have a picture of an etrog that I found in Israel, and it's
It's the
almost as big
size
as my
of your
head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they grow like that. So that's a natural way of doing it. And it's very similar to why we light the Shabbat candles before we say the blessing, although we're supposed to always say the blessing and do whatever the action is. But in this case, you only have two hands. If you're holding it, and if you start with the blessing, you're done.
Right, right.
So what you do is you hold the etrog in the opposite way that it's growing. So if it grows like this, you put it this way. And then you say the blessing, and then you do the action, which is holding the etrog the right way.
Clever.
It's very
Clever.
clever.
Those
Everything
rabbis.
those rabbis are so clever. So we join together in the blessing. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Kiddushanu B'Mitzvotav V'Tzivanu Al Netilat Lulav. And then we turn upside down. We hold it together. Now you're supposed to be facing east, but if I do that, you're not going to be seeing me at home. So for today, this is east. And then you go around and you just start straight, and then go to the right, then you go to the back, then you go to the left, and then you go down. That's it. You go the circle. Again, you go straight, to the right, to the back, to the left, and down every direction. And there you go. You've shaken the lulav. And the blessing is Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Shehecheyanu V'Kiyimanu V'Higianu Lazman Hazeh, because this is really the first day. And for those of you who maybe not recall exactly what's in the lulav, the four species, of course, one is the etrog that I already spoke about. The other one is the palm tree, which is here. And then we have the arava, which is a kind of myrtle. And then we have this one here, which is the hadas. And it's some kind of willow. I'm sorry, the arava is the willow and the hadas is
Myrtle
the
and willow.
So
Gotcha.
we got the 4 species.
Beautiful.
Yes. And of course, there are many explanations. To me, the one that makes more sense, that is not a midrash, is that it really kind of represents all the different ecosystems. I'm getting modern now, but ecosystems of Israel. And you get the desert, and you have the little creeks where the willows grow back, and then you have kind of in-between things where the arava will grow. And then, of course, you have areas where you can grow citruses and all that. By the way, this all happened before Israel became one of the largest producers of oranges, but this is way before they had beautiful etrogim, which are called in English.
Etrog?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, there's actually a word in
Oh,
English.
I didn't know that.
It's called a citron.
Oh,
Citron.
I have heard of a citron. I don't think I realized that a citron and an etrog were the same thing.
There, indeed.
Learn something new every day, folks.
Indeed. Chag Sameach, happy Sukkot, everybody. And again, I hope that you get a chance to sit on our sukkah, have a meal. We have lots of things coming up, and I'll tell you more a little bit in just a minute. We continue our service now with Aleinu L'Shabeach. It's on page number 4. If you're able, please stand and join us.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה לעצב ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
As we prepare for our moment of remembrance, we will continue in just a minute on page number 4. A poem by Laura Gilpin called Life After Death. These things I know, how the living go on living and how the dead go on living with them, so that in a forest, even a dead tree casts a shadow, and the leaves fall one by one, and the branches break in the wind, and the bark peels off slowly, and the trunk cracks, and the rain seeps in through the cracks, and the trunk falls to the ground, and the moss covers it. And in the spring, the rabbits find it and build their nest inside the dead tree, so that nothing is wasted in nature or in love. We have here of the passing of George Zucker, father and father-in-law of Dave and Leslie Zucker. We're observing the Shloshim period for John L. Esser III, brother of Glenn Esser, Werner Julius Berg, father and father-in-law of Jackie and Philip Hermanson, Henry Osmond, brother of Stan Osmond, and Isla Turi Brown, mother-in-law of Lon Lowenstein. And on this Yom Tov, we remember the following yortzites of members of our congregation: Marilyn Abraham, Solomon Botwin, William Duncan, Sharon Golden, Nona Katz, Lillian Nathan Kirsch, Haskell Rosenblum, Cyril Skikny, Gail Watt, Fanny Sisman de Chaes. Zichronam Livracha, may the memories be for a blessing. Kaddish Yatom is on page number 4. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמה דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. We have very few announcements. First of all, thank you to Leslie and Warren and Larry and Howard and, oh my gosh, Carmen. I almost say Colleen, but no, this is Carmen. Wonderful to have you all. Actually, it worked out well that we're indoors because I think all your instruments outside with all the 88% humidity that we had, it would have been pretty bad.
It would have been an unfortunate, I mean, it's better for the instruments.
Wonderful. It's great to have you. But next, make sure that you check our Facebook and our webpage and the e-news. Our next event under the Sukkah is this Wednesday, September 22nd at 12 noon. It's a picnic lunch with Aviva.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
And then Friday the 24th at 6:30 is our Erev Shabbat service, which of course will be live streamed. But it's also an oneg after the service, pizza in the hut.
I love that joke.
So, and then on Saturday we have our morning and study group and of course our service. But then at 5 p.m. we have a Sukkot bike ride. And this is the only rainy evening that we're going to have during Sukkot. So I am sure that the rest of the week will be just fine. So I hope to see you there. Come out to, most of the things are outside, not the Friday night service, but it has the food will be outdoors. And it will be a beautiful evening, and we'll be able to see the harvest moon, I think.
That'll be
still.
lovely.
So, thank you again, and Chag Sameach, everybody.
Sameach.
As we conclude our time together, we join in the words of Oseh Shalom, and that it's found on page number 4. At the very bottom, if you're able, please stand and join us.
Oseh Shalom bimroma, Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Imru
Sameach, everybody. Take care.
Take care of each other out there. Mwah.